Well, it says I'm live. So, welcome to this English lesson about cleaning. I'm not sure if this will be everyone's favorite topic, but it's definitely a topic where it was easy to find a lot of English words and phrases that I'll be able to teach you. I'll talk about this a bit more in a bit, but today was a morning where everything went wrong, but I think I have everything working. So, we'll start in about 10 seconds. I just want to do a final check. Looks like we're good to go in about 3, 2, 1. Well, hello and welcome to this English lesson about cleaning. I'm not sure this is going to be everyone's favorite topic. I mean, you'll probably enjoy learning the words, but cleaning isn't something that everyone enjoys doing. But in this English lesson, I'll teach you some words and phrases that you can use to talk about cleaning. We usually do cleaning a little bit every day and then a lot more on Saturdays. So it'll be interesting to find out from all of you when you do your cleaning. And if you're wondering what I mean by cleaning, I'm talking about cleaning your house or cleaning your apartment. So that's going to be the focus of today's English lesson. We'll talk about the English words and phrases you need to know to be able to talk about cleaning your house or apartment. Before we get started, though, just a couple things. Number one, everything went wrong this morning. Let me just double check. Yes, it looks like everything is working. So everything went wrong. The internet wasn't working, so I had to reset it. The question form wasn't working, so I have a little workaround. And the microphone wasn't working. And of all days, this was the day where I got up late and I went for a walk. And then when I got back, I was frantically trying to get everything to work. But anyways, enough about that. Hey, if you have a question, please use the form to ask it. There will be a link in the chat wherever that is on your screen. Please have fun English conversations in the chat while I talk about cleaning. And don't ask questions directly in the chat. There's just too much chat going on for me to follow that. But I think we should get this lesson started. Should we do that? Let me say hi to a bunch of people. Hi to Audie, Rod, Anuwat, Lolly Lolly, Ricardo, Naomi T, Eugene. Let me scroll back. I know Andre Padron is here. Harry 300 is here. Jian Liu is here. Key Park, Wanda Prado. I'm going to miss a few names. Hi to Dave as well. Thanks for being here. Freddie Noriko, Freddie Wolf is here as well. Vitor, as I scroll back. Good to have all of you here. Let's get, oh, and Ricardo is here. Let's get this lesson started. Here we go. So how do we talk about cleaning the house? Well, we use the phrase to clean the house. This is the general term we use when we talk about picking up after ourselves, washing things, getting everything tidy. Sometimes your house gets messy and you need to clean your house. Sometimes you need to clean the apartment. We clean our house to a certain degree every day, and we clean it a lot better every Saturday. But the time when we clean the house the best is when we know people are coming over. When we know we are going to have guests, we do a really good job of cleaning the house. But that's the phrase we use in English. We say, oh, I need to clean the house. My mom is coming over tomorrow. I need to clean the house. My brother-in-law and sister-in-law are coming over tomorrow. And we usually do this because the house is a mess. I'm not sure if you are a messy person. I'm kind of a messy person. I try to keep things clean, but when I'm busy, I'm definitely a messy person, and then the house is a mess. And this is how you would describe your house or apartment before you clean it. You would say, oh, I need to clean my apartment. It is a mess. I need to clean my house. It is a mess. So you notice we say the house is a mess. You could also say the house is messy. That would work as well. And if it's really bad, we say the house is a disaster. Don't come over right now, Mom. The house is a disaster. We need to clean the house first. If you have little kids, this is usually true. In fact, after you clean your house, if you have little kids, just wait a few hours and then the house will be a disaster again. So 2 ways we describe a messy house is we say the house is a mess, the house is messy, or the house is a disaster. And again, you can use the possessive. My house is a disaster. Our house is a disaster. During the summer, our house is sometimes a disaster because Jen and I are very, very busy. And then when you get to the specifics, you might need to clean a specific part of the house. For kids, usually we say you need to clean your room. I also have this room. This is my studio, and it's kind of our living room. And so we refer to this as my room. So sometimes I'll say, I need to clean my room because I have a visitor coming over. In fact, the person who edits my videos visited in June. And so I said to Jen, I need to clean my room because I don't want my editor to think I'm a messy person. But when your room is a mess, when your room is a disaster, you need to clean your room. And sometimes your house isn't really messy. It's just a little bit messy, and you just need to straighten up. So when you straighten up, it means, like this person, you put all the books in order. Maybe there's a cup and a plate on your desk in your office at home. You would bring that to the kitchen sink. Maybe there's just a few things on the counter in your kitchen and you put them in the cupboard. But when you say straighten up, it means that your house isn't a total disaster. It's relatively tidy and neat already, and you just need to arrange a few things. And we have another phrase we use, tidy up. So you might just need to tidy up a little bit. This again means that maybe there's a few books out. Maybe there's a couple things on your kitchen table. When you tidy up or when you straighten up, it usually only takes about 5 or 10 minutes. Maybe you put all the shoes in the closet by your entranceway, or maybe you just put them all nice and straight. But sometimes you know that people are coming over and you'll say, don't come right away. I just need to tidy up, or I just need to straighten up the house a little bit. And some specifics. And I'm trying to put together phrases with verbs and the thing the verb is modifying so that you can hear an English speaker say it. Sometimes you just need to sweep the floor. We sweep the floor after supper every night in the kitchen, and we sweep the floor in our entranceway and other places, usually once a week. But sometimes there's just a little bit of stuff on the floor and you need to sweep the floor. Sometimes you need to mop the floor. When you mop the floor, you get some soap and water. Some people use vinegar and water. Some people use bleach and water. Some people use some sort of cleaner mixed with water. But you will use a mop and you will stick it in the bucket and get it wet, and then you will mop the floor. After you mop the floor is usually just a little bit wet for a while. So when you sweep the floor, it's a dry activity. But when you mop the floor, it's more of a wet activity. You are making the floor a little bit wet as you clean it. And then you might need to do the dishes or wash the dishes. We do the dishes after supper every night. We sometimes do the dishes after breakfast. It depends on the time of year. Yesterday, I did the dishes 3 times. I did the dishes after breakfast, I did the dishes after lunch, and I did the dishes after supper. And I didn't have any help because Jen and the kids were all very, very busy. But sometimes you leave the dishes for a few days, and then you have to do 2 days worth of dishes, and that could be a little bit annoying. Sometimes you want to wash the windows. This is something I need to do in my house because for some reason the windows are getting a little bit dirty. This isn't something people do every week necessarily. Some people might. In our house, we wash the windows once or twice a year. And I'll be honest, there's some windows in the second story that we've never washed, but I should wash them someday. If you haven't washed your windows recently, you should wash your windows because you'll be surprised about how much easier it is to see through the windows, especially if you live in the city. And sometimes you just need to shake out a rug, shake out the rug or shake out the mat. We have a mat, a welcome mat outside our front door. We also have a small rug inside of our front door in our entranceway. And once a week, we will take out that little rug and we will take it outside and we will shake out the rug. And then we'll vacuum it afterwards, but we usually shake it out outside first because it has little pieces of mud or stone or other things on it. So it's nice to go outside and shake out the rug. And sometimes you need to clean the bathroom. My least favorite job in the world is cleaning the toilet. But when you clean the bathroom, you will clean the mirror, you will clean the countertop, you will clean the sink, you will clean the toilet, you will clean the shower, you will clean the bathtub if that's what you have. So certainly when you want to clean your house, you will clean the bathroom. You might do the laundry. So part of keeping your house clean is to regularly do the laundry. Or you could say, wash your clothes. I need to wash my clothes. The most common phrase for me is to say, I need to do the laundry. This means getting all of your socks and underwear and pants and shirts and putting them in a washing machine and then washing them using laundry detergent. We do laundry quite often. In fact, we do laundry almost every other day. We do a load of laundry because there are 6 people living in this house. So there is a lot of laundry to do. And then you might put the laundry in a dryer. You might have a dryer in your house, but we hang up the laundry. So we put the laundry outside on a line and it dries in the sun and in the wind. In the winter, we hang our clothes up. We hang up the laundry inside and it dries in our house, inside of our house. And sometimes you need to wipe the table. So the action you take when you clean the table is you will wipe the table. You will get a damp cloth. You might say wet cloth, but usually you make a cloth wet and then you wring it out so that it's only damp. You don't want the cloth to be dripping water or soapy water. So you wipe the table with a damp cloth. So we're going to move to question time, and it's going to look a little bit different because Bob broke the question form. So what's going to happen here is just give me a sec while things hopefully work out. We will find out in a minute if I can get a question on the screen for you. So give me a second here to see if I can do that. I hope I can. If it breaks, then let's see here. I got to adjust one other thing, and then I think we can do it. Do you see a question from Ruslan on the screen? I think you do. Okay, so it's not perfect. I can fix this. But yes, Bob broke the question form. Let me do an audio check. Okay, here we go. Ruslan says, hello, my favorite teacher, Bob. Do robot lawnmowers? Are robot lawnmowers popular in Canada? We're going to fix that. Do you use one? Have a nice weekend, sir. Yes, they do exist. No, I do not use one. I'm curious about them, though, because to have a machine that automatically mows your lawn would be really, really cool. So I'm curious about them, but I don't have one. Next question from Yaroslav. Morning, the wisest teacher, Bob. Hope you're fine. I am. I hope you are too. Did you like to clean house in your childhood? No. Have the best weekend ever. Going to fix that. Have the best weekend ever. You too, by the way. No, and honestly, I don't like cleaning, but I love the way the house looks after we clean the house. So I don't like actually doing it, but I love the feeling I have when the house is clean. In fact, my favorite thing is in the winter when I come home from work, sometimes Jen has cleaned the whole house and then I don't have to do it. So definitely when I was a kid, no. Oh, by the way, you might wonder who cleans our house. I would say this. In the summer, I do a lot more cleaning. In the winter, Jen does a lot more cleaning. In June and September, when our 2 jobs overlap, neither of us do enough cleaning. So that would be my description of how that works. Let's see here. Next question is from Renata. It says, good morning, Bob. Is there a big squeegee in Canada that you use to clean the floor? I call it floor squeegee because we use it to clean the floor. Have a great day. No, and I'll explain what a squeegee is in a little bit. We use a mop to clean our floor, and I think that is the most common thing for people to use, is to use a mop when they clean their floor. Let's see here. Can I get the next question up from... Oh, we're seeing both at once. Let me hide that. From Gergo. Hello, Bob. Have a great day. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. My question is, how many times do you clean your house a week? So we do dishes every day. We sweep the floor of our kitchen every day. We clean our kitchen table and countertop every day, multiple times a day. But we don't clean the whole house every day. We usually clean the whole house once a week. Usually on Saturdays, we all chip in, we all contribute, we all participate in cleaning the house. And our house is a lot cleaner in the winter than it is in the summer for sure. Hey, I do want to say hi to all of the people watching, all of the 492 viewers. If you're new here, we'll get back to the lesson in a bit, but do click this subscribe button here if you want to be a subscriber of this channel. So once again, let me see if I can get the next question on the screen nicely. There we go. From Kurt. Oh, it went too far. There we go. I think it's on the screen now. Curtis says, what is the difference between Hoover, vacuum, and Dyson? Please, can you explain clearly? In Canada, we call it a vacuum cleaner. You say you're going to vacuum the room. Where's the vacuum cleaner? I think in Britain, they might call it a Hoover. And a Dyson is just a type of vacuum cleaner made by the Dyson company. So that is the difference between all of them. What was I going to do here? I was going to click this, and then I was going to try and get the next question on the screen. Here we go. From Ricardo. Hello, Teacher Bob. There are some people that have a vicious, they have a desire to clean everything, or they clean everything too much. I think that's how I would say that. In some cases, it's funny. Other can be a disease. Yes, some people are a little bit too spend a little bit too much time cleaning. I know someone like that in my life. I know a person who cleans more than the average person. So yes. And I want to jump to the chat. Madi says, I'm proud to belong to this channel for over 2 years. Thank you, Madi, so much for being around for 2 years and for hanging out and contributing to the channel as well with your good questions. Let's get to the next question from Sela. Big houses are very difficult to clean. Classic conservative houses. I sympathize with every lady in the house who does this, and I salute her. So yes, interestingly enough, sometimes we drive by a really big house, and I'll say to Jen, would you like to live in a house like that? And her first response is, I wouldn't want to clean it. I wouldn't want to live in a big house because I don't want to clean such a big house. So I would agree with Jen. I like living in a house that's just the right size. It's much easier to keep things neat and tidy. Let's see here from Kismo. We have, hi Teacher Bob, how are you? What's the difference between cleanse and clean? Can I use these verbs interchangeably? We're going to add a Y to the end, interchangeably. Thanks. No, they're very similar, but cleanse is used a lot less. Like if I was to say I need to cleanse the sink, it sounds like I'm doing this enormously difficult cleaning job. Normally we just use the word clean. That is the easier, simpler word to use when we're talking about cleaning. Let's see here from Medi. Oh, hi, sir. I hope you're doing well. My question is, should we know if the noun that comes after any should be plural or singular? Well, that's a tricky one. You can bring any friend you want to the meeting. You can bring any food you want when you come to the party. You can grow any tree you want in your yard. Every example I think of, the noun is singular. They didn't have any lights on their building. Now that's plural, isn't it? I don't know the rule, Medi. There aren't any cars in the driveway. When I go to the negative, I seem to use the plural. I don't know enough about this. You can choose any cup you want from the cupboard. There aren't any cups in the cupboard. See how when I spoke kind of like in the negative, I went plural. So anyways, interesting. I don't know the answer. Let's see here. So this is from Safine. Hi, Bob. I just want you, I'm going to add a you, to tell me to set the timetable for my day, because I have a lot of free time and I don't know what to do in that moment. Well, study English. I have a really good English lesson called How to Study English, and it tells you what to do every day of the week. Maybe Dave can find a link to that lesson, The Best Way to Learn English, I called it. And that might help you a bit. Let's see here. Next question, and then we'll get back to the lesson, is from Yehuda. Hi, Bob. How are you? My question is, which kind of cleaning do you like the most, and what do you hate the most? Thank you for all your amazing work. I don't like vacuuming. I love wiping. So I like wiping the counter, wiping the table. I like wiping off the front of the microwave. I like wiping off the front of the oven. So I think that's what I like. I don't like cleaning the toilet or vacuuming, because the toilet is kind of gross sometimes. And vacuuming, you got to clean everything up first. So I sound kind of whiny, but those would be the two things that I don't like and the thing that I like. There we go. Everything seems to be working. Let's get back to the lesson. Here we go. So a few actions now. A few actions that you take when cleaning. You might need to scrub. When we use the word scrub, we mean to use a brush and to rub something really hard back and forth. This person is scrubbing the floor. You could scrub with a cloth as well. Sometimes you'll get a face cloth and you'll scrub a kid's face if they are really dirty or muddy. But usually you use a brush or cloth and you make this action. You push really hard and you scrub. Sometimes you dust, so you will use a duster in order to dust. This lady is dusting and she is using a duster. So we have the verb to dust, and then we have the object you use, the duster, and I'll talk about that a bit later. But yes, as you go through time, there's just dust everywhere. Like there's dust on my computer right now. There's a bit of dust. So I need to dust my office. And vacuum. So the verb to vacuum, you get a vacuum cleaner and you turn it on. It makes a lot of noise and it sucks all of the dirt and other things into it. And when you're done, the floor is clean. So you might say, I need to vacuum the floors in my house, and I need to take care of that. A few people that do cleaning. So Jen and I don't have a house cleaner. In my part of the world, in English, a person who cleans a house is called a house cleaner. I know a couple people who are house cleaners. They clean other people's houses and they get paid for it. You might also see the word housekeeper or maid. We don't use the word housekeeper in this area, but they might in other English-speaking parts of the world. And we don't use the word maid anymore. We tend to use the word house cleaner or the term house cleaner. So this person is probably someone who is paid to clean this house. This person is a house cleaner. I would love to have a house cleaner, but I think it's better for Jen and I and our kids to clean our own house because number one, it doesn't cost anything. And number two, I think it's important for kids to learn how to clean up after themselves. A person who works at a business, though, could be called a janitor or a custodian. At school, we have a janitor, and their job is to keep the school clean. I don't know the exact difference between janitor and custodian. Some people will call that person a custodian. Some people will call that person a janitor. So a person who cleans a business or a school or another building. You might have someone who is a window washer. Their only job is that they wash windows. They might wash windows on skyscrapers. That would scare me. You need to go really high up in the air with ropes to clean the windows. You can also see this person is using what's called a squeegee, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But the person who cleans windows is a window washer. You can also have your carpets clean. So you can have a person who's called a carpet cleaner come and clean your carpets. They will use a machine called a carpet cleaner, and they will use a product called carpet cleaner. So I thought this was kind of funny. Sometimes people will have their carpets professionally cleaned. They will pay a company to come with special machines called carpet cleaners. So the carpet cleaner will come with a carpet cleaner to clean your carpets. You can also rent a carpet cleaner. You can go to a rental store. They even have these at the grocery store, and you can rent a machine called a carpet cleaner, and you can use it to clean your carpets. And you will use something called carpet cleaner when you clean your carpets. So if you use a machine like this, you might actually have this as well. Let's talk a little bit about the things you use to clean. And I'm going to go rather quickly through this section because I think it's fairly straightforward English vocabulary. This is a mop. You use a mop with a pail and with some soapy water to mop the floor, and we talked about this earlier. So a mop is a wet way to clean the floor. When you use a mop, you might use a bucket or pail. We use either word. I need a bucket. I need a pail. I'm going to mop the floor. Where's the bucket? Where's the pail? You might wear cleaning gloves. I usually don't wear cleaning gloves when I clean. I usually just use a cloth and clean. But when I clean the toilet, sometimes I wish I had cleaning gloves. In fact, I might buy some. Some people will wear cleaning gloves whenever they clean. They will wear cleaning gloves to keep their hands clean while they clean. And you might have a vacuum cleaner. A vacuum cleaner, again, is used to vacuum the floors. So this is a vacuum cleaner. In fact, this is one of the vacuum cleaners we have at school. I'm not sure why his name is Henry, but this is a vacuum cleaner. And the vacuum cleaner will have attachments. Depending on what you are vacuuming, you might put a small attachment or a nozzle attachment or a small brush attachment. There are lots of different attachments that you can use when you are using the vacuum cleaner. In the vacuum cleaner, there is a filter. So you might need to change the vacuum cleaner filter. Although someone mentioned earlier something called a Dyson vacuum cleaner, we have a Dyson vacuum cleaner, and there are no vacuum cleaner bags or filters that you have to worry about. It's kind of cool. You might use a duster, and we saw a picture of someone dusting earlier. So again, you will use a duster to dust. So you will dust using a duster. It's nice to get all of the dust off of everything. When you do dishes, you will most likely use a dish brush. Some people will use a cloth when they do dishes. Some people will use a dish brush. Some people will use a sponge when they do dishes. So when we do the dishes, we use a dish brush. I know I've been to other people's houses where they use something called a sponge when they do the dishes. All of these things are great little tools to use when you are trying to keep your house clean. When you sweep, you use a broom. You might also have a dustpan to go with the broom. So you sweep the floor with the broom, and when you have all of the stuff that you've swept up in one spot, you get a dustpan, and then you sweep it into the dustpan. So different than a mop, a broom is used. It's a dry way to clean the floor. So you would use a broom, put everything in a dustpan, and then dump the dustpan into the garbage or another place. There's another thing called a Swiffer. We do not have a Swiffer, but this has become very common in a lot of people's houses. A Swiffer, I'm not sure if you can see it. That's not the greatest, but it's kind of like a mop, but it has a built-in container of cleaning solution, and you can pull the trigger and squirt it on the floor and then sweep it up. It's kind of like a modern mop, I guess I would call it. I think that using a Swiffer would be cool, but we don't have one. We just mop the floor. That seems to work best for us. Hey, we're going to move into members only chat. We're a couple minutes early, but I think it's a good time to do that. Let me get to the settings here and turn on members only chat. And let's go to, let's see here. Let's go to no display. We'll do members only chat this way. So if you are a member, right now you can ask a question directly in the chat. I will continue with the questions from everyone else as I wait for questions to roll in. But I do want to thank everyone who is a member. You guys are awesome, and you have definitely helped support me in the work I do to make English lessons on this channel. If you're not a member, there's a join button somewhere that you can click, and it won't make you join immediately, but it will tell you what you get if you become a member. And then for those of you that aren't members, stick around. The lesson will continue in about 8-9 minutes. There are 580 people watching. If you're new, don't forget to click that subscribe button over there. So let's see here. I'm going to go back to questions, and I'm going to just give me a sec here. I'm going to fix up the questions, and then I'm going to try and get the next question on the screen from Aria. I think I need to do one other thing here. There we go. Let's see if that worked. Hi, Teacher Bob. I hope your summer holidays are going really well. Would you mind explaining the terms squeaky clean and come clean? Thanks in advance. When something is squeaky clean, it's really, really clean. Like yesterday, I cleaned the kitchen counter and it was squeaky clean. Like I scrubbed and worked really hard to clean it. Come clean means to tell the truth. When they arrest someone and they think that they committed a crime, if the person admits what they did, you would say that they have come clean. So that is the difference there. Over to the chat, Ricardo says, hello, the best teacher. If all the teachers were like you, all the classes will be easier to learn. You do a clear speaking and in the best speed and have patience to teach. Congratulations. I try my best. Thank you, Ricardo, for those kind words. I just try my best, and I think some people like it. Some people don't, but that's okay. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, you would say. Madi says, no, thank you very much. Expect yourself. Help me by asking me to give me a hand. Oh, Madi's talking to Lolly. I see. Yaroslav says, could we use dusting, vacuuming like nouns? So I have to do the dusting. I have to do the vacuuming. Do you like doing the dusting? Do you like doing the vacuuming? So you could flip it. Yes. And Marwanto says, hello, Mr. Bob. Okay, let me get the next question on the screen here. Ario says, I'm late. Hi, I'm late. Do you have cool machine to clean things at home? We only have normal things to clean things. We don't have a dishwasher. We don't have a Roomba. A Roomba is a robotic vacuum cleaner. We don't have a Roomba. No, we have people. And we all try to keep the house as clean as possible. Let's see here. Gonna mess up how the next question displays, but I'll fix that quickly. This is from Varvara. Hi, Bob. Do you clean air or water? So our furnace has an air filter in it. Our furnace has an air filter that keeps the air in our house clean. And we do not filter our water. But we also don't, we don't have a water filter. I'll just say that. I think I skipped a question. So let me see if I can find that. I'm going to really mess up the question form here. This is from Ebenezer. Is laundry always singular? Laundries. I can't think of. No, I would always say laundry. I need to do the laundry. I need to hang up the laundry. I have a lot of laundry to do. So yeah, I think for me, I'm almost always using it in the singular. Let's see here. I think things are skipping too quickly. Let's see here. Okay. Now I'm really messing up the questions. Here we go. Let's put this back to here. Yeah, so I will fix. So Dave the Canadian made this beautiful piece of software that puts questions on the screen, and I broke it. So I will fix it this week. Abdullah says, hi, Bob. What do you call this thing? A thin towel that we clean our nose and our mouth with and use only once. So if it is a Kleenex or a tissue, like in a box, we call it a Kleenex. But if you're talking about a cloth you don't throw away, we would call it a face cloth. That would be what I would call it. Okay, so here we go. Lolly says, have you already answered my question? Oh, you have already answered my question. Merci quand même, Bob. No problem. Vitor, I like to use keep one's nose clean, stay out of trouble. That's a great phrase too. Freddie Wolf, hi Bob. Some people clean their house many times in the same time. We say that these people have a trouble obsessionnel. Oh, trouble obsessionnel compulsif. Yeah, we say they're obsessive compulsive, or it's obsessive compulsive behavior. That's what we would say in English. Key Park, our dusters are made of chicken feathers here. Dusters also were the tools for parents to spank their kids years ago. Haha. Yeah, I think here it was like a wooden spoon from the kitchen. My grandparents talked about how my great-grandparents would use a wooden spoon to spank them. Noriko says, I used to get on the vacuum cleaner while my mom was vacuuming like a cowgirl. Have you ever done that? How about your kids? I have not done that. That sounds kind of fun though. Our kids didn't like the vacuum cleaner. It was too loud. From the chat, Maria C says, hi, Bob. While listening to the lesson, I was doing the laundry and then I hung it up on the drying rack. Nice. Perfect English, Maria. I also clean on Saturdays. Have a great day. Cool. You have a similar life to me. Audie the Thai. Hi, Bob. I don't know why today I watch questions from the audience. It's not clear while I'm watching from the big screen. You know, I'm Mr. Clean. All the equipment I use, bought them myself. It's my job. So the questions are smaller, so it's probably harder to see. And the text isn't very clear, but I'm just trying to make do because the other question form is broken. Cool that you have all the proper equipment. Let me get a sip of water and get the next question. Let's see here. What do we got? This is Azam. Hi, teacher. Good evening from Iran. I'm wondering how diligent you are to live without a dishwasher. I wish I had two. So here's the problem. There's two reasons we don't have it. There's three reasons we don't have a dishwasher. Number one, we had one and it broke 10 years ago. Number two, because so many people live here, my wife and I, and four of our kids, my oldest son isn't here. We make a lot of dishes dirty and the dishwasher wouldn't be big enough. And number three, we think it's important for kids to learn to do a little bit of housework. But someday when the kids move out, we'll probably buy a dishwasher. Let's see here. This question is from, my name is Warode. In fact, I do not have a question. I would like to thank you, my teacher. I only learned a lot from you. Thank you from Palestine. I love you in God. You're welcome, Warode. You are very, very welcome. Min, the Vietnamese, says, hello, Bob. How are you? I'm good, Min. Do your kids like to clean? We're going to take the... So there's two ways to say it. Do your kids like cleaning your house? Or do your kids like cleaning your house, or do your kids like to clean your house? Those are the two options. No, not really. I think they are the same as me. They don't like cleaning, but they like having a clean house. That's what I would say. Madi says, hey, Bob, I have never skipped my lessons. I usually watch the short lessons every Monday because it's too short and very helpful. Recommend everyone to watch the short lessons. Yes, so I have another channel called Bob's Short English Lessons. And there are 2 lessons a week, 4 minutes long. I tend to talk a little faster if you're looking for something more advanced. Naomi T, how often do you wash your dogs? Thank you so much for the great lesson. We don't, but they do swim in the river sometimes. So we don't actually wash our dogs. Let me see here. I think I skipped one. Wilson from Taiwan says, hi, Bob. I'm very curious about when people get older, they'll tend to clean their house. Thanks, Bob. I think when I'm older, my house will be cleaner for a couple of reasons. 1, I'll be less busy. 2, it will just be Jen and I in our house, so it'll be easier. Our kids aren't super messy, but people make messes. So the more people you have, the messier it will be. So I think as you get older, and maybe you're just a little more bored, so you clean the house more often. Let's see here. So we don't have servants really. Mikhailo says, hello, dear teacher Bob. What? not how. What do you call a servant who cleans a house? It's a person who came for cleaning for a salary, not celery. You eat celery. A salary. And is it popular in Canada? Wealthier people will have a house cleaner. They will have someone come and clean their house. And I think it's more common with people who make a lot of money. People like me don't have a house cleaner usually. Harry 300 in the chat. Hello, Bob. Do you bathe your goats? No, we do not wash the goats. Musa, hi, Bob. Do you like vacuums? I don't like vacuums, though. I had a vacuum and I never used it again. So I put it in my tools rack and I will only use it for emergency situations. I like when a floor is freshly vacuumed. It's very, very nice. Hey, I'm going to turn off let's see here. I'm going to turn off members only chat. We're going to go back to normal chat. I'm going to check here. We're going to do one more question from Sophia, and then we'll get back to the lesson. Hello, dear Bob. I have 2 dogs, 4 cats, and 3 guinea pigs in my home. Can you tell me, please, how can I describe my work 24/7 in one word? Thank you. I would say it's hectic. If you are trying to say that it is really busy and takes a lot of time to take care of all the animals, I would say your life is a little bit hectic. That's the word I would use. Let's get back to the lesson. Here we go. I've mentioned squeegee a couple of times in this lesson. I had to check 5 times if I was spelling this correctly. This is how you spell squeegee. A squeegee is a thin, probably rubber tool with a handle that you use when you're cleaning glass or a mirror, and it helps you to wipe away the water and soap. So that is a squeegee. Squeegee. It's probably a hard word to say for some of you, but when you clean windows, it's nice to have a squeegee. Sometimes you'll just use a cloth. You might just call it a kitchen cloth, a cleaning cloth, but it's usually we just say cloth. I'm going to use a cloth to clean the counter. I'm going to wipe the table with a cloth. Maybe you'll just use rags. Jen and I keep rags in our bathroom cupboard. Usually our rags are from old t-shirts. When we have a t-shirt that gets a hole in it, we'll cut it up into rags and we will use the rags to do some cleaning. If I was going to wash my car, I might grab a few rags to wash my car. So rags usually are just old pieces of clothing that you use for cleaning. Sometimes you might use paper towels. So we have paper towels in our kitchen. We don't use them very often, but if someone spills some milk or spills some orange juice, we will grab a paper towel and we will wipe up the spill. And then we usually put the paper towels in the compost because they are compostable. So we don't throw them in the garbage if we use them. And we just have something called cleaner. This is the general term for anything you use to clean. You might use water, you might use soap and water, or you might use something like this. This is Mr. Clean, or Monsieur Net en français, Monsieur Net. See, it must be a Canadian package, Mr. Clean. This is a product that has some cleaning chemicals in it, and it usually smells like lemon. I think you can see the lemons on the front of the container. Yes, right under his face are some lemons. But yes, you will use a cleaner to clean your house. I forgot to mention toilet brush when I was talking about things you use. A toilet brush is a special brush that you use to clean the toilet. So we have a toilet brush beside each toilet. We have 2 toilets in our house, 2 bathrooms. And we use the toilet brush to clean our toilet. And we use toilet bowl cleaner to clean our toilet. So this is a special type of cleaner. So you might have a general purpose cleaner or an all-purpose cleaner, but this is a specific cleaner made for cleaning toilets. And this is exactly the kind we use. We usually buy a pack of 4, and it takes us about a year to get through them, but we use toilet bowl cleaner to clean our toilets. When you wash your car, you might use a car brush, a special brush designed for cleaning your car. We don't usually wash our vehicles. If we do, we actually go to a car wash in town. Not the kind you drive through, though. This is a car wash that you drive through, or it pulls your vehicle through. We go to a car wash where they just have some car brushes and some pressure washers, some special hoses that you can use. But again, we don't wash our vehicles very often. Sometimes we go down a muddy road and we might go and wash our car after that. So car wash, and then last slide here. What we all love, even if we don't like cleaning, I think everyone loves a house that is neat and tidy. I said this a couple times in this lesson. I don't like cleaning, but I love the feeling I get when I'm done cleaning. I like a house that's neat and tidy. When my desk where I work is neat and tidy, I'm happy. When the kitchen is neat and tidy, I'm happy. So like a day like yesterday, I worked really hard to keep the kitchen neat and tidy all day because I knew I had to make breakfast, lunch, and supper for my kids because Jen was gone. And so I kept it neat and tidy. Hey, let's finish up by answering whatever questions are left. I don't think there are a lot of them. Let me get the questions set up, and then let's see if I can get them answered. Next one is from Ua. So Ua says, hi, Bob. Is it popular in Canada to have a cleaning lady? Hugs and kisses from Poland. Most people I know don't. Sometimes when both the husband and wife work, and if they both make lots of money, they might hire a house cleaner. But most people I know don't. There's a couple people I know that do. BB says, why do you always speak about your family? I think because I like to give examples that are real. Like I like to mention that my kids don't like cleaning, but they like it when the house is clean. I think as I do that, when I talk about my family, I'm giving you examples that you can use when you talk about the people you know. Let's see here. Oh, I can't get it to click right. There we go. From Rasandi, hi Bob, my question is, what is the most jobs that Canadians do? I'm not sure. You can do all the jobs though. You can be a doctor, you can be a construction worker, you can be a nurse, you can be a teacher, you can be a lawyer. There are lots of jobs. Let's see here. From Kimmy and Kiwi from Korea. Let me fix this on the screen. Good morning, Bob. Question, is tidy up the same as organize? Does it include mopping and wiping? Thank you for your awesome lesson. I would say straighten up and organize. You're just moving things. But when you tidy up, it means you're organizing and straightening things up. You might even be doing some mopping and wiping. Yes, that is definitely possible. Let's see here from Dimitri. Thanks a lot for your teaching. How often do you wash the windows inside? What's the purpose? If after the first rain, they will be dirty again. Thanks. So we wash the windows outside about once a year, maybe less. We wash the windows inside about the same. Windows are the thing we wash the least here. Let's see, from Sachin or Sachin. Oh, I'm moving the wrong thing. So I'm going to change it to do. Do septic tanks stink in your part of the world? How do you manage to clean your septic tank or get rid of that stinkiness? So our septic tanks are usually underground. And when you open the lid, they do smell, but generally they don't. All of our sewage from our toilets goes into a tank underground. And then there's a special way that only gray water comes out the other end. I'm not going to do a whole lesson on septic tanks, but I will just say, no, they don't smell unless you open the lid. Let's see. You are Remy. Hi, Bob. Beautiful morning. Just want to ask, what does it mean when someone calls a room a pigsty? Are there any pigs inside? No. But if a kid has a really messy room, a parent might say, you need to clean your room. It's a pigsty in here. Meaning that their room is as messy as a pen where people keep pigs. So last question from Freddie. Let me get the entire question on the screen here. Hi, Bob. Imagine the day when we will have robots to clean our houses. That would be amazing. Nevertheless, I guess we'll have to wait for that a very long time. Thank you. Little fix at the end there. We will have to wait for that for a very long time. Yes, probably. I think it'll be cool, but I'm not sure I'm excited about a world where robots drive and robots clean, because I think there's some value in doing those things. Although robot cars would be cool. I would certainly love a robot car. Hey, that's the end of the lesson, people. Thank you to we actually went over 600 people this morning. Very cool. Thank you for being here. If you're new here and you're not a subscriber, consider clicking this button to become a subscriber. New videos every Tuesday, live lesson every Friday. Anyways, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for learning a little bit about cleaning. I think the lesson was more popular than I was thinking it would be. So anyways, I'm just going to say bye to a few folks and wrap this up. Bye to Noriko, Naomi, Gaurav, Key Park, Harry 300, Delish Foods, Katerina. Bye to Nightbot. That's a joke. Nyun, Min, let me scroll back and see. Freddie Wolf, Audie the Thai, Vitor. Let me scroll back a bit more and see. Musa. Bye to Audie, Lolly, Maria C. If those people are still around. I'm going to miss people. Bye to Yaroslav. By the way, I think I used Yaroslav's comment on the short video today. Bye to Ricardo and Anuat and everyone else. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Dave, for hanging out and moderating the chat. That's awesome. I'll text you later or early next week if I have any problems. I'm pretty sure I know how I broke the question form. So I just didn't have time to figure out how to fix it this morning. Anyways, bye everyone. Have a great day. Remember, this lesson will come out in a shorter version, about 25-30 minutes long in a couple days. Do watch that to help reinforce what you have learned.